myself, and this is a song that I've never done before, and I don't know how it's going to work out. This is an experiment. Let me put the words here so I don't forget. Abilene, Abilene, our prettiest town I'd ever seen. I said folks there, they don't treat you mean in Abilene. I sit alone most every night. I watch them trains pull out of sight. I wish one would take me right back to Abilene. Help me this time, but mute yourself. I said Abilene, Abilene, our prettiest town I'd ever seen. I said folks there, they don't treat you mean, not in Abilene. Our crowded city ain't nothing for me. Ain't nothing in the city that I could see. I wish that I could be in Abilene. It's Abilene, Abilene, prettiest town I'd ever seen. There folks, they don't treat you mean in Abilene. It's rot gut whiskey numbs the brain. If I stay here, I'm gonna go insane. I think I need a change of scene in Abilene. So it's Abilene, Abilene, our prettiest town I'd ever seen. Our folks, they don't treat you mean in Abilene. Outside of my window, a cold rain falls. I'm sitting here, staring at these walls. I wish I was home and serene in Abilene. Here we go last time. It's Abilene, Abilene, our prettiest town I'd ever seen. Our folks there, they don't treat you mean in Abilene, in Abilene. Abilene by Bob Gibson. First time I ever did it. Let me.
Always good to be the host for the premiere of a song or a premiere of someone's performance of a song. Thanks for that, Steve. So it's now Tim Radford's turn, and after Tim, one from Tara.
Good evening, all. I'm slightly torn today because my two worlds collide at the same time. This is on, and my favourite football team, Southampton, are playing live at the moment. So I'm giving up my chance to listen to the game so I can sing a song. And I'll sing a song from Southampton, or collected as Southampton from George Blake. So I'm the broken down gentleman. When I was young and in my youth, about 20 years old, I spent my time in vanity, along with a lady so bold, along with a lady so bold. I wore the ruffles all at my hand, my cane all in my hand. No farmer's son could with me compare, all over the nation so grand, all over the nation so grand. I kept a pack of hounds, me boys, and servants to wait on me, for I didn't intend my money to spend, and that you may plainly see, and that you may plainly see. I kept a coach and 6 bay horses with hangers all round about, with a golden tassel on each horse's head, just ready for me to ride out, just ready for me to ride out. I steered my course to Epsom boys, horse racing for to see. 'Twas there I spent £10,000, all in the light of one day, all in the light of one day. I steered my course back home again, my purse it did run small, and I was a broken down gentleman, and that was the worst of it all, and that was the worst of it all. My landlord, he came for the rent, of bailiffs there came 3. They took away all that I had, and swore that they would have me, and swore that they would have me. The rogues and thieves around me came, from them I could not run. They took away my coach and 6, and I was quite undone, and I was quite undone. My wife, she sorrowfully pitied my case, my children round me cried, to think that now in jail I lie, until the day that I die, until the day that I die. The Broken Name Gentleman.
Oh, well then.
Oh, Tim, broken down gentleman. Oh my.
Lovely stuff, Tim. Thank you. Okay, it's Tara's turn next, and then one from Jeanne and Phil.
Hiya. Well, I've been inspired. My dad passed me all sorts of useful wisdom, all of which he denies now, of course. He says that must be somebody else. But I seem to remember one in particular, which was, if music be the food of love, make mine a corned beef sandwich, which I've always loved. But he says he didn't say it, but still, must have got it from somewhere. And this song is something that I seem to remember him singing, but he might deny that too. And it turns out it's by somebody called Mac Davis. And I think you can all share the sentiment with me. Here we go. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. When I get up, I look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I'm just such a hell of a man. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. I used to have a girlfriend, but I guess she just couldn't compete with all of these love-starved women who keep falling at my feet. I probably could find me another, but I guess they're all in awe of me. But who cares? I never get lonesome, 'cause I treasure my own company. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. When I get up, I look in the mirror. I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I'm just such a hell of a man. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. I guess you could say I'm a loner, a cowboy, out lone, tough, and proud. I could have lots of friends if I wanted, but then I wouldn't stand out from the crowd. Some folks say I'm egotistical. Hell, I don't even know what that means. I guess it has something to do with the way that I fill out my skin-tight blue jeans. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. When I get up, I look in the mirror. I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I'm just such a hell of a man. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. Now we're all going to sing it together, and we're going to say we instead of I, so here we go. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when we're perfect in every way. When we get up, we look in the mirror. We get better looking each day. To know us is to love us. Every one of us, such a hell of a man. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. Thank you.
Well done.
Oh, God. I love that.
song.
Lovely stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I never knew that someone had written me a song.
Brilliant stuff, Tara. Thank you for the song, and thank you even more for the corned beef sandwich thing. There's a whole corned beef history in this household, so thank you. Okay, Jeanne and Phil are next, and after them it will be David Kidman.
Are we unmuted yet?
Yes.
This is a song that's called either the bundling song or tied up in a sack, and it dates back to the time when houses were so small that courting couples couldn't find any privacy, so they used to get themselves tied up in a sack so that at least they were out of sight. Now, it was all supposed to be thoroughly innocent, so we all believe that. It's got a paint line at the end of each verse, and if you're in a good joining in mood, please join with us.
When I was a young girl, me folks were so poor. We ate off the bed and we slept on the floor. The table was used in the place of a door. Since all of its legs had gone missing, since all of us slept in the very same room, the prospect of courting there filled me with gloom. But privacy, sure, no, I never did lack. I did all me courting tied up in a sack, tied up in a sack, tied up in a sack. I did all me courting tied up in a sack. This fine old tradition is ancient as time. You fancy a boy and you bring the boy home, and when you've a mind to be almost alone, it's the best system ever invented. But how you'll be asking in questioning tones, did you manage to stifle your squeals and your groans? Me father was deaf and me mother she drank, which helps when you're caught and tied up in a sack, tied up in a sack, tied up in a sack, which helps when you're caught and tied up in a sack. Now Tommy Malone was a fine strapping lad, with a glint in his eye to make any girl glad. I fancied me chances when I took him home. My heart, it was all of a flutter, and just for good measure, to prove his goodwill, he brought round some whiskey made in his dad's still. I don't recall much, but he near broke me back the night I was courting, tied up in a sack, tied up in a sack, tied up in a sack. The night I was courting, tied up in a sack. Eiseman-Renyard was a Puritan soul, with morals correct and as shy as a mole. I didn't have much success, I'm afraid, although I sure found him a challenge. 3 hours I spent in attempt to seduce, but after it all we just called it a truce. I later was told that he never looked back from learning the basics, tied up in a sack, tied up in a sack, tied up in a sack, from learning the basics, tied up in a sack. But there's nothing so fine on a cold winter's night as kissing and cuddling your own heart's delight in the shadowy gloom of a bag tied up tight, positioned alongside the fire. But darkness breeds danger, I'll have you to know, as I learned to me cost just a few years ago. After spending the night with a feller named Jack, I found him dog collar next day in me sack, next day in me sack, next day in me sack. I found him dog collar next day in me sack. Now that I'm wed with a girl that's full grown, I've given her everything money can show. A fine education, a room of her own, and 5 fancy sets of white linen. And as I sit down with a satisfied air, I know that I've sacrificed much just for her. What more could you want, girl? She answered me back, I'd like to go courting, tied up in a sack, tied up in a sack, tied up in a sack.
Probably one.
The white lily. Lovely, thank you, Jeanne and Phil. So now it is time for David Kidman, and David will be. Am I allowed to say you're conducting an experiment this evening? And can't hear you.
That's all you need to say, Amanda, I think.
Say. So it's you, followed by Judy Cook.
Right. Yes, my backdrop will probably give a clue to this wintry tale, and it will be performed with a little help from my friend. It was in the month of January. The hills were clad in snow. When over hills and valleys my true love she did go. It was there I spied a pretty fair maid with a salt tear in her eye. She had a baby in her arms, and bitter did she cry.
Oh, cruel was my father that barred the door to me, and cruel was my mother this dreadful crime to see. Cruel was my own true love to change his mind for gold, and cruel was that winter's night that pierced my heart with cold.
For the taller that's the palm tree grows, the sweeter is the bark. And the fairer that a young man speaks, the falser is his heart. He will kiss you and embrace you till he thinks he has you won. Then he'll go away and leave you all for some other one.
Oh, hush, my little baby boy, lay closer to my breast. How little does your father know this night we're in distress. He kissed me and embraced me till he had my favor gained. Then he went away and left me in sorrow, grief, and shame.
So come all you pretty fair maids, a warning take by me, and never try to build your nest on top of a high tree. For the leaves they all will wither, and the branches will decay, and the beauties of a false young man will all soon fade away. For it was in the month of January, the hills were clad in snow.
Yay! Great idea.
Thank you, Wendy.
Good stuff.
Oh, thanks, David, for suggesting it.
Fantastic stuff.
A successful experiment, I'd say.
Thank you.
Oh.
Brilliant, David and Wendy. That was a surprise, an experiment, but it worked brilliantly. And yeah, almost as good as hearing people actually singing together. Okay, so Judy Cook, it's up to you to follow that. And after you, something from Paul Steele.
The only way to follow that is by doing something completely different. And so I'm going to sing a traditional song. It's a British song, but it was collected in Wisconsin. And somehow, in moving to Wisconsin, Bold Reynard became Bowena. And I do like a nonsense chorus. So I'll start with the chorus. Now I'm sure you'll all sing along. Come hick, come high low, along the merry stream, with a ra-ta-ta, tippa-tippa-tan, and with the royal bow-wow-wow, roodle-doodle-doo, the bew-bine-zing, fiddle-diddle-dee, and die-dee. And through the woods we'll run, brave boys, and through the woods we'll run. Got it? Yeah. Come all you gallant sportsmen who love to hunt the fox, and we'll go hunt Bowena among the rills and rocks. Come hick, come high low, along the merry stream, with a ra-ta-ta, tippa-tippa-tan, and with the royal bow-wow-wow, roodle-doodle-doo, the bew-bine-zing, fiddle-diddle-dee, and die-dee. And through the woods we'll run, brave boys, and through the woods we'll run. The first we saw was a blind man, as blind as he could be. He said he saw Bowena run up the hollow tree. Come hick, come high low, along the merry stream, with a ra-ta-ta, tippa-tippa-tan, and with the royal bow-wow-wow, roodle-doodle-doo, the bew-bine-zing, fiddle-diddle-dee, and die-dee. And through the woods we'll run, brave boys, and through the woods we'll run. The next we saw was a farmer, a-hoeing of his corn. He said he saw Bowena across the water's lorn. Come hick, come high low, along the merry stream, with a ra-ta-ta, tippa-tippa-tan, and with the royal bow-wow-wow, roodle-doodle-doo, the bew-bine-zing, fiddle-diddle-dee, and die-dee. And through the woods we'll run, brave boys, and through the woods we'll run. And the next we saw was a fair maid, a-combing of her locks. She said she saw Bowena among the geese and ducks. Come hick, come high low, along the merry stream, with a ra-ta-ta, tippa-tippa-tan, and with the royal bow-wow-wow, roodle-doodle-doo, the bew-bine-zing, fiddle-diddle-dee, and die-dee. And through the woods we'll run, brave boys, and through the woods we'll run. So come all you gallant sportsmen who love to hunt the fox, and we'll go hunt Bowena among the rills and rocks. Come hick, come high low, along the merry stream, with a ra-ta-ta, tippa-tippa-tan, and with the royal bow-wow-wow, roodle-doodle-doo, the bew-bine-zing, fiddle-diddle-dee, and die-dee. And through the woods we'll run, brave boys, through the woods we'll run. There you go.
Well done, brilliant.
What a song.
Don't get every word.
Great stuff, Judy, done in your inimitable style. Oh, great. Good to have you here this evening, actually. I don't think we've seen you for a while. Okay, so it's Paul Steele next, and then there will be one from Chris Lamb just before Paul sings. For the people at the back who didn't get it the first time, I'm taking the hands down after I've made a note of your name. So everyone who's got your hand up now, I'm going to take your hand down. You don't need to put it back up again. I'll call you when it is your turn. And also, if everyone could please remember to put in the chat for everyone the name of their songs and the author, if known, that for us to keep on compiling the ever-growing index. Okay, over to Paul now.
Good evening. So next week is Burns Night, next Monday. If any of you don't know what that is, ask Amanda. In the meanwhile, here's a Yeats song. Into the hazelwood because the fire was in my head and cut and peeled a hazel wand and tied a berry to a thread, and when white moths were on the wing and moth-like stars were flickering out, I threw the berry in a stream and caught a little silver trout. When I had laid it on the floor, I went to blow the fire aflame, but something rustled on the floor and someone called me by my name. It had become a glimmering girl with apple blossoms in her hair, called me by my name and ran and vanished in the fading air. And now I am old with wandering through hilly lands and hollow lands. I will find out where she has gone and kiss her lips and take her hand and walk among long dappled grass and pluck till times and times are done. The silver apples of the moon, golden apples of the sun, the golden apples of the sun.
Yeah, lovely.
Beautiful.
Lovely one, Paul. Yeah, great arrangement. It's Chris Lamb next, followed by Maggie and Pete. I need to share one of the puns that has appeared in the chat, because I thought for once it was a really good one, and it's a shame that the people who aren't reading the chat are going to miss it. So somebody was talking about doing a verse of a song each, and it carried on like about that. And then there was a Tara, I think, suggested doing a walking song, as in W-A-U-L-K, walking song, to which David Kidman, who is the king of puns here, said, oh, a walking song, would that be both sides of the Tweed? Of course, if you don't know what walking is, you won't have a clue what I'm talking about anyway, but never mind.
I thought that was particularly good too.
Thank you. It's not just, yeah.
And David, you are a very bad man.
Quality pun. Okay.
In the best possible way.
Okay, over to Chris Lamb, followed by Maggie and Pete.
Okay, next Monday, as well as being Burns Night, is also Ewan MacColl's birthday. So as you might expect, I'm going to sing a Ewan MacColl song. One I haven't sung here before, but it's got a great chorus and everybody knows it, I think. The old ways are changing, you cannot deny. The day of the traveller is over. There's nowhere to go and there's nowhere to bide. So farewell to the life of the rover. Goodbye to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and goodbye to the 30-foot trailer. Farewell to the cant and the Romany tongue, farewell to the Romany talking, the buying and selling, the old fortune telling, the knock on the door and the hawking. Goodbye to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and goodbye to the 30-foot trailer. Farewell to the bosoms of heather and broom, farewell to the keels and the basket. The folks of today, they would far sooner pay for a thing that's been made out of plastic. Goodbye to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and goodbye to the 30-foot trailer. The old ways are passing and soon will be gone, for progress is aye a big factor. It's sent to afflict us, and when they evict us, they'll tow us away with the tractor. Goodbye to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and goodbye to the 30-foot trailer. Farewell to the pony, the cob and the mare, the reins and the harness are idle. You don't need a strap when you're breaking up scrap. So farewell to the bit and the bridle. Goodbye to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and goodbye to the 30-foot trailer. Farewell to the fields where we've sweated and toiled at pulling and crowning and lifting. They'll soon have machines and the travelling queens, and their menfolk had better be shifting. Goodbye to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and goodbye to the 30-foot trailer. You've got to move fast to keep up with the times, for these days a man cannot dander. There's a pilot to say you must be on your way, and another to say you can't wander. Goodbye to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and goodbye to the 30-foot trailer. 30-foot.
Nicely done.
A pot of water.
Thanks for that, Chris. And yeah, the reminder of Ewan MacColl's birthday and Robert Burns' birthday. Yes, great stuff. Okay, so Maggie and Pete next one, and then followed by Simon Prager.
Lou, thank you. We found a song in Carl Sandburg's American Songbag that I'm so sure is a cousin of a sacred harp song called Hebrew Children, that we're using that tune, and begging your indulgence, we're going to do the sacred harp shapes to get us orientated. Yeah. Yeah. La la so la so la la so fa so fa so la la so la la so la fa la la so la so la so la so la la so la so la la so fa so fa so la so la mi la so fa la so la. Where is old Elijah? Where is old Elijah? Where is old Elijah? Safe in the promised land. He went up in a fiery chariot. He went up in a fiery chariot. He went up in a fiery chariot. Safe in the promised land. Where are the Hebrew children? Where are the Hebrew children? Where are the Hebrew children? Safe in the promised land. They were saved from the fiery furnace. They were saved from the fiery furnace. They were saved from the fiery furnace. Safe in the promised land. Where is the bad boy Absalom? Where is the bad boy Absalom? Where is the bad boy Absalom? Way over in the promised land. He went up on the spear of Joab. He went up on the spear of Joab. He went up on the spear of Joab. Way over in the promised land. Where is poor old Daniel? Where is poor old Daniel? Where is poor old Daniel? Safe in the promised land. He went down in the den of lions. He went down in the den of lions. He went down in the den of lions. Safe in the promised land.
Yeah.
Wonderful. These are good.
Oh, so great to hear harmonies, actual harmonies happening together properly. Thank you. Okay, over to Simon now for something completely different, I'm sure. And after Simon, one from John White. And can you please stop it with the puns, everyone, in the chat? It's killing me. Okay. Over to you, Simon.
Yeah, it is completely different. This is, can you hear me? Yeah. I found this on the internet. It was written by a man called Ray Jessel, who went on America's Got Talent with a questionable song, but this is another one he wrote. And he was quite an old man. He looked like Einstein, and a wonderful delivery. Anyway, this is a birthday. So anybody got a birthday? You have to be of some age to enjoy it. When you get to a certain stage in life, you reach a critical junction. When you get to a certain age in life, things start to malfunction. Your list of ailments begins to grow. Your reflexes begin to slow. But you know what's the first thing to go? I've got the short-term memory loss blues. Short-term memory loss blues. I can't remember anything. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Short-term memory loss blues. Got the short-term, what you call it? Short-term, whatever. Now where the hell did I put my keys? And where the hell did I put my keys? The short-term memory loss blues. Why she had to go, I don't know. She didn't say. I've done something wrong. No, that's the bridge to another song. Got the short-term memory loss blues. Be glad you're not in my shoes. It's a bugger when your memory's shot. I'd sing the rest, but I forgot the short-term. Short-term. Don't tell me. I left them in the trousers that I took to the cleaners. If I could just remember which cleaner. Blue.
It just keeps on getting better and better.
Fabulous. There's a considerable air of levity this evening, I have to say. John White may very well add to that, although he doesn't always. So we'll see. John, you're on next, followed by Graham Baldwin.
It's a bit more serious because it's one of the great songs that Peter Bellamy wrote for his sequence, The Transports. And you'll recall it takes place in the 1780s, and we had a crisis in England. We had of where to put our prisoners, because we could no longer shunt thousands of them off to the penal colonies in North America, having been chucked out in 1776. And so the government started taking over old buildings for these poor prisoners. One of them was Norwich Castle, which of course became Norwich Jail. And this is the song of these poor sods incarcerated. The food is found, the air is bad, the company not choice. 'Twould make you scowl to hear that mad old Turnkey's rasping voice. 'Twould make you wonder if you ever lived to tell the tale of the hardships and the miseries you've known in Norwich Jail. Our water here is scummy green, our beds is piles of straw. There's water running down the walls and rats running o'er the floor. There's not to eat but rotten meat that would make a dog turn pale. Yes, it's dainty board and lodging when you visit Norwich Jail. If they'd sent us to America, today we would be free. But since their revolution, that land we'll never see. We are not for New England shore 3,000 miles away, but they say we're bound for some further ground, and they names it Botany Bay. Perhaps it's out beyond India, or maybe old Japan, just off the coast of Canada, or in the hills of Spain. But wherever that far land may be, we know it cannot fail to be a far, far better place than stinking Norwich Jail. So early in the morning, the turnkey rings his bell. So early in the morning, we wish his soul to hell. And so we long and every day, when for the day when we leave off this place. And we dream of the day when we'll sail away from stinking Norwich Jail. Sorry about the fluff.
Right.
You were inspired by the last song, John, that's why.
Yeah, I think the short-term memory loss blues got overlapped with you a little bit, John, but nevertheless, good song. Okay, one now from Graham Baldwin and then Caroline.
Well, hello everybody. Song from Gloucestershire. Wassail, wassail, all over the town. Our toast it is white, and our ale it is brown. Our ball it is made of the white maple tree. With the wassailing ball we'll drink to thee. Here's to our horse and to his right ear. God send our master a happy new year. A happy new year as e'er he did see. With a wassailing ball I drink to thee. So here's to the cherry and to his right cheek. Pray God send our master a good piece of beef. And a good piece of beef that may we all see. With a wassailing ball we'll drink to thee. Here's to our mare and to her right eye. God send our mistress a good Christmas pie. A good Christmas pie as e'er I did see. With a wassailing ball I drink to thee. Here's to poor Mary and to her broad horn. May God send our master a good crop of corn. And a good crop of corn that may we all see. With a wassailing ball we'll drink to thee. Here's to the flicker male, to her left ear. Pray God send our master a happy new year. And a happy new year that e'er we did see. With a wassailing ball we'll drink to thee. And here's to our cow and to her long tail. God send our master as never may fail. Of a cup of good beer I pray you draw near. And the jolly wassail of his own shall hear. Come butler, come fill us of all of the best. Then we hope that your soul in heaven may rest. But if you do draw us of the whole of the small, then down will go butler, bowl and all. Maids, I suppose there be some. Then will not yet long men stand on the cold stone. Sing hey oh maids, come roll back the pin, and the fairest maid on the house will let us all in. Then here's in the maid in the lily white smock, who tripped to the door and slipped back the lock. Who tripped to the door and pulled back the pin, for to let his jolly wassails in. Thank you.
That's right. I thought wassailing would almost be considered compulsory this evening, but that's the first one we've had, I think. So thanks for that, Graham. And we may or we may not have more. We shall see. Okay, over to Caroline now, and then one from John Poole.
Hi, so this one's kind of a little bit serious, I guess. Yesterday, as I'm sure many of you know, was the 40th anniversary of the New Cross fire, in which 13 young black people died. No one was ever prosecuted. It was a horrific event. That reminded me of Sybil Phoenix, who was is actually still around, although very elderly, a lady, one of the Windrush generation who came over to the UK in the 1950s. Do look her up. She's an incredible character, incredible woman. First black woman to receive an MB in the UK. Anyway, this is a song about her written by the Young'uns, and I'll see if I can actually sing it. The war'd not long been over, and the future seemed so bright. We gathered in the church hall in Georgetown at night. He said there's work in England for woman and for man. So I clapped the handsome stranger with these hands. So farewell to Guyana, the land where I was born. We sailed for Southampton on a bright April morn. And the moon was sinking quickly as we looked back to the land, and I held on to the railings with these hands. Now when we came to England it was late in the night, took a train to Paddington, and my, what a sight, was a white woman sweeping up around a paper stand, and I rubbed my eyes in wonder with these hands. Now I was a hat maker, and I had skills to share, songs to sing and joy to bring and children to bear. But no blacks, no dogs, no Irish I couldn't understand, but I wiped away my tears with these hands. The first room that I found to rent didn't have a bath. The next one barely had a roof. Sometimes you have to laugh, for under an umbrella, well, it wasn't as I planned. But I cooked the Christmas dinner with these hands. I became a foster mother, took 100 children in, loved everyone, kissed everyone, no matter what their skin. And they offered me an MB. I said, I don't need one. Besides, I have no good dress to wear it on. So I asked if I could trade it for the things I really need, like bed sheets and pillow slips for all the kids I feed. And the mayor, he listened to me, and he made this promise grand, and the keys to a new house were in these hands. But soon jackboots came marching through the streets of town, our tires slashed, windows smashed, and youth club burnt down. And I prayed that my children didn't understand, as I wiped their smeared faces with these hands. And the words of the stranger who had led me here weren't the words of welcome now, but words of fear. And the river was bleeding and the smell was foul, for the stranger's name was Enoch Powell. At 4 o'clock one morning a knock came at my door. They took me down to Deptford where raging fires roared. 13 would die that night, the flames could not be fanned, and still the smell of New Cross is on these hands. But as the people gathered and as the people cried, as the flame fell and as the flame died, I stood amidst the ashes and beneath the brooding skies. I said, my name is Phoenix, and we will rise. These hands, they wear the years of love, they bear the scars of pain. These hands have built a better world, and these hands will again. These hands are old now, they've got more to give. These hands don't forget, but they forgive. And though the walls are rising now, you may think that hope is gone. These hands of mine, they are the proof that all that can be done. So whoever is your neighbour, link arms and make a stand, and we will make the future with these hands. So whoever is your neighbour, link arms and make a stand, and we will face the future with these hands. Sybil, Sybil.
I don't know what
Stunning.
So that song was about
Fabulous.
Good one, Caroline. Thanks for bringing that. Yeah, I've never heard that before. Some people are saying that in the chat. I've never heard it either. So yeah, great. Okay, over to John Pole now, and then one from Dave Mason after him.
This is a song based on a phrase that I found referring to steps and stairs. I think the song explains itself. Apples and pears, steps and stairs, carry me to and from my bed. But the name my Cornish granny gave them echoes in my head. The wooden hill to Bedfordshire, some call them still, I know. But Timbering Hill my grandmother called them many years ago. When I was a child and small, when shadows began to fall, when shadows began to fall and the world was still, I had to say good night to the bright firelight, for it was time for me to climb over Timbering Hill. Timbering Hill was steep, but I'd climb those stairs to sleep. I'd lie in my cot till another new day came round. And sun, wind or rain would rouse me again, and I'd climb down. When I was a boy growing fast, and the long day was closing at last, when the long day was closing at last, and I'd played my fill, I had to stop my war with the boy next door, say farewell to my friend, and bravely ascend that mountain, Timbering Hill. When Timbering Hill was scaled, I'd sleep till the dark sky paled, and the ship I'd sailed all night had drifted aground. Then I'd stir and I'd rise and unbutton my eyes, and I'd climb down. When my girl and I fell in love, we were closer than hand and glove. We were closer than hand and glove, and as lovers will. When we were alone, and our time was our own, night or day we'd steal away over Timbering Hill. Timbering Hill was high, but up those stairs we'd fly and lie entwined in our love and the joy we'd found. Then we'd wake with a start, for we'd have to part, and we'd climb down. when we were young, husband and wife, and our loving had made a new life. When our loving had made a new life, I waited until she stood up and said, take me up to bed, for now it's time for me to climb. Now it's time for me to climb. I'm up Timbering Hill. Up Timbering Hill our child was born, and we wept and smiled. She took the breast and slept both sweet and sound. And when they'd had some rest, and both were dressed, we all came down. Now my grandson stands in the hall, and up those stairs he'll crawl. Up those stairs he'll crawl with great care and skill. Up he'll go, steady and slow, one step at a time, a mighty climb over Timbering Hill. Timbering Hill is steep, but he'll get to the top and he'll sleep and wake in his cot when another new day comes round. Then sun, wind and rain will rouse him again, and he'll climb down. Now I am white-haired and grow old, and one day when it blows cold, one day when it grows cold, and the wind is chill, I shall say goodbye to the earth and sky, and leave a farewell kiss to the ones I'll miss over Timbering Hill. Timbering Hill will seem high, but I shall climb up by and by, and I shall sleep deep. I'll be outward bound. And when my dream is done, and a new day has come, they'll carry me down. Timbering Hill.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Another new one for me. Yeah, totally new. Yeah, great stuff. Okay, who did I call next? That's such a long song. Forgotten who I called next. I called Dave Mason, and after Dave, one from Lisa Null, please.
Hello, everybody. My name's Dave. I am an Englishman living in not quite New York, but Cincinnati, close enough. Yesterday was Martin Luther King Day in the United States, and of course there have been some really strange things happening in America of late. So this is a little song I've written. It's called A Cold Wind. A cold wind blows through the streets of Washington, D.C. A tide glows for a world watching on TV. The martyr stirs in his grave. She's turning in her grave. Rancor burns with the flame of the way we all behave in this free land of the brave. Hope can fade like a flower pressed between the page, and love can die, weathering the storms that all around us rage. When dreams are gone like the echoes of a song, we just disagree. The piper plays our funeral parade, and the truth is hard to see in this brave land of the free. Take my hand, let me take your hand. Understand, we are much stronger when we're friends. Now you and I, we are the same in more than faith or name, and we can try to be the change within this crazy game. Those who kneel, those who yearn to heal the wounds we fail to see, to be the good within your neighborhood. Well, it's up to you and me in this brave land of the free. There we go, Cold Wind.
Beautifully sung.
Thank you, sir.
Especially important to hear that song tonight, Dave. Thank you for coming tonight. I haven't seen you for ages, but good to have you here. Okay, now one from Lisa Null, and after Lisa, could we have that Clive Wolf, please?
Okay, this is a non-Burns song for Burns night. I used to sing this as a Kentucky ballad that seemed to have sort of strange, I mean, it was obviously Scottish and had Gloria Scott's overtones. I later learned it was a poem by Thomas Campbell, but it went very quickly into oral tradition because it appeared in all sorts of reading books called the McGuffey's Readers that were common reading books for children all over the United States during the 19th century. And people began reciting it in poetry contests, and soon it went into oral tradition, where I learned it from a woman named the Trapeson Woman, Jeanne Thomas. But lately I've been looking on the internet and discovering that the song, which is Lord Ulan's Daughter, was very popular in pictures, paintings, drawings, etchings, both in Scotland and America. And they were very romantic and dramatic, the way Sir Walter Scott sort of did his songs. And so I began kind of singing it a little differently than I used to. Instead of the very laid back sort of Jean Ritchie style, I've begun really trying to tell it a little bit more narratively with a little bit more drama. So here's the song. A chieftain to the Highland bound cries, boatmen, do not tarry. I'll give you a silver crown to row us over the ferry. Who be ye would cross Lochile, this dark and stormy water? Well, I'm the chief of Ulva's Isle, and this Lord Ulin's daughter. Fast before her father's men, 3 days we fled together. Should he find us in the glen, my blood would stain the heather. His horsemen hard behind us ride. Should they our steps discover, then who would cheer my bonny bride when they have slain her lover? I'll go up, speaks this Highland wight. I'll go, my chief, I'm ready. And it is not for your silver bright, but for your winsome lady. By my word, this bonny bride in danger shall not tarry. For though the waves grow wild and fierce, I'll row you over the ferry. By this the storm grew wild apace, the water's wraith was shrieking, and 'neath the scowl of heaven each face grew dark as they were speaking. And yet as wilder grew the wind, and as the night grew drearer, adown the glen rode armored men, their trampling sounded nearer. Oh, still they rode amidst the roar, midst waters fast prevailing. Lord Ulen reached that fateful shore. His wrath was changed to wailing. For sore dismay mid storm and shade, his child he did discover. One lovely hand was stretched for aid, and one was round her lover. Come back, he cried in grief across the stormy water. I'll forgive your Highland chief, my daughter, oh, my daughter. In vain the loud waves lashed the shore, return or aid preventing. The waters wild closed over his child, and he was left lamenting.
Beautiful.
There have been so many fabulous songs already tonight. And that was another one, Lisa. Wow. Yeah, I can't wait till the second half because the first half's been fantastic. Okay, just a few more songs before we break. So Clive Wolfe and then one from Mary Hogan, please.
Right. Here we go. 3, 9, 1, 6. Oh, come, oh, you loyal hero. No, that's the wrong tune, for Christ's sake. Pillock. Come, all you loyal heroes, and listen to my song. While I'll unfold, composing gold, that guides so many wrong. Young Mary was a servant maiden, she courted a sailor bold. He ploughed the main, much gold to gain for his love, as we've been told. Now he ploughed the main for 7 years, and then returned home. And soon as he set foot on board, unto his love he did go. He went unto young Mary's house, his gold all for to show, that he again ploughing the main down in the lowlands low. Now my father keeps a public house down by yon beach green isle. Go there and rest the night, and you'll not be denied. I'll meet you in the morning, but don't let my parents know that your name it is young Edmund Bold, who had ploughed the lowlands low. Now young Edmund, he sat drinking till time to go to bed. But little was his notion that sorrow would crown his head. As Edmund he got into bed, and he scarcely was asleep, when Mary's cruel parents into his room did creep, and they stabbed him, and they dragged him down to the beach below. And they sent his body floating down to the lowlands low. As Mary on her pillow lay, she had a frightful dream, for she dreamt she saw her Edmund lie, and his blood flowed like a stream. So early the next morning to her parents she did go, for she owned she loved him dearly. He had ploughed the lowlands low. Oh, father, where's the stranger came here last night to stay? He's gone, her father said, no human tongue can say. Then, Father Caruel, father, you will die a public show for the murdering of young Edmund Bolden, who had ploughed the lowlands low. Now Mary's cruel father neither night nor day could rest, thinking on the deed he'd done, where his guilt he did confess. He was tried at last, his sentence passed, to die a public show, for the murdering of young Edmund Bold, who had ploughed the lowlands low. And Mary, she goes wandering down by yon beach green isle, for to see the great big steamers and the small boats as they pass by. For to see the great big steamers and the small boats pass to and fro, they remind her of young Edmund Bold, who had ploughed the lowlands low.
Well done, Clive. Well done, Clive.
Five, that did very nicely indeed. Okay, so it's Mary Hogan next, and then one from Bob Wakeling, please.
Hello, everyone. I love songs about place, and I think this song is about the love of a place as much as the love of a girl. It's The Leaving of Liverpool. It's got a good chorus, so if you feel like joining in, please do. Farewell to Princess Landing Stage, River Mersey, fare thee well. I am bound for California, yea, a place that I know right well. So fare thee well, my own true love. When I return, united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. I have sailed with Burgess once before, and I think I know him well. If a man's a sailor, he will get along, and if not, then he's sure in hell. So fare thee well, my own true love. When I return, united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. Farewell to Lower Frederick Street and St. Terrace and Park Lane. I am bound away for to leave you, and I never will see you again. So fare thee well, my own true love. When I return, united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. I am bound for California, yea, by way of stormy Cape Horn, and I will write thee a letter, love, when I am homeward bound. So fare thee well, my own true love. When I return, united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, my darling, when I think of thee. I have shipped on a Yankee clipper ship. Davy Crockett is her name, and Burgess is the captain of her, and they say that she's a floating hell. So fare thee well, my own true love. When I return, united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. But my darling, when I think of thee.
Nicely done. Nice to hear it, yeah.
Oh, Mary, it's so good to hear the piano. Don't often hear a piano in a folk club. I'm full of wonderful songs already tonight. It's incredible. Okay, Bob Wakeling, it's your job to close the first half. What have you got for us? And are you here?
You're muted, Bob.
Still can't hear you, Bob. Nor can I find you on my screen.
Maybe he accidentally left the meeting.
Oh, maybe.
I can't unmute him anyway.
He's there.
He's there.
Is that there? Can you hear me now?
Ah, that's better, Bob. Yeah, great.
Right. Sorry.
You can see you, Bob.
This is Child 248. It's one of the sort of night visiting songs, and the story is that if you leave before the cock crows, terrible dire things will happen. But of course, I suppose that's forgetting that he's already dead. I must be going, no longer staying. The burning Thames I have to cross. I will be guided without a stumble into the arms of my true love. And when he's come to his true love's window, he's knelt down gently on a stone, and through a pane he's whispered slowly, my dear love, do you lie alone? She's raised her head from her down soft pillow, and snowy were her milk-white breasts, saying, who's this at my bedroom window, disturbing me at my long night's rest? Oh, I am your love, but I can't uncover. Open the door, love, and let me in, for I am come on a long night's journey. Besides, I am wet into the skin.
This young maid rose and put on her clothing. She's opened the door and let him in. They kissed, shook hands, and embraced each other until that night was at an end. Then Willie dear, oh dearest Willie, where is that colour you'd some time ago? Oh Mary dear, the cold clay has changed me. I'm but the ghost of your Willie-O. Then cock, oh cock, oh cock, oh handsome cockerel, I'll pray you not crow until it is day, and your wings I'll make of the very first beaten gold, and your comb I'll make of the silver grey. But the cock he crew so fully. He crew 3 hours before it was day, and before it was day, my love had to go away. Not by the light of the moon, nor by the light of the day. Then Willie dear, oh dearest Willie, whenever shall I see you again? When the fish they fly, love, and the seas run dry, love, and the rocks they melt in the heat of the sun.
That was beautiful.
Proper traditional ballad there, Bob. Excellent stuff. Okay, so it is time for the break. Let us make it a very, very short one. We have lots of people here tonight, and I don't think we're going to get everyone on by any means, but I'll try and get as many as possible, and we can all facilitate that by having a short break. Actually by me only singing this extremely short chorus, which I'm going to sing now. Donald the President packed his trunk and said goodbye to the White House. Off he went with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. That is my musical contribution this evening. I hope you appreciated it. And I'm now going to pause the recording. Go.
I'm going to do William and Polly from the 80 English folk songs collected by Lord Carclays from the Appalachian Mountains. Sweet William with Polly together to understand that he had to go and leave her to go to a foreign land. Oh, stay at home, sweet William, oh, stay at home, said she. Oh, stay at home, sweet William, and do not go to sea. My king doth give command, my love, and I am bound to go. And if it were to save my life, I dare not answer no. My yellow hair I will cut off, men's clothing I'll put on. Like a true and faithful servant, it's you I'll wait upon. The men do lie a-bleeding there, the bullets swiftly fly, and the silver trumpets are sounding to drown the dismal cry. Oh, tell me not of danger, for God will be my guide, and I value not no danger when William's by my side. Oh, Polly, dearest Polly, these words have gained my heart, and we will have a wedding before we ever part. This couple, they got and Polly she's awaiting, all in their own country. Thanks.
Very nice.
Thank you, Gwyneth. Start to the second half, and now over to Gemma, followed by James Eagle.
Hello, you hear me all right? Good. I wasn't going to do this one, but seeing as it's the anniversary of Ewan MacColl's birthday, I'll sing this one, unless anybody else has done the Terror Time tonight already. Nope, okay. The will fade, and the bracken will die. Stream will run cold and clear, and the small birds will be going, and it's then that you'll be knowing that the terror time is here. So where will you turn now? Where will ye bide? Now that the work's all done, and the farmer doesn't need you, and the council will not heed you, and the terror time is here. Words give no shelter, the trees they are bare, the snow falling all around, and the children they are crying for the bed on which they're lying is frozen to the ground. So where will you turn now? Where will ye bide? Now that the work's all done, and the farmer doesn't need you, and the council will not heed you, and the terror time is near. Stove will not burn, the snow will not lift, there's ice in the water, Jeanne, through the mud and snow you're sloshing. just trying to do your bit of washing, and the kindling will not burn. So where will you turn now? Where will ye bide now that the work's all done and the farmer doesn't need you, and the council will not heed you, and the terror time is here, needing the warmth of your own humankind. You move closer to the town, but the sight of you's offending. So for the police they soon are sending, and then you're on the road again. So where will you turn now? Where will ye bide now that the work's all done and the farmer doesn't need you, and the council will not heed you, and the terror time is here. Thank you.
Well done, Jeanne. Lovely.
Really lovely, really, really nice.
Beautiful voice.
Beautiful voice, yes.
Beautifully done.
I think they said it all. Lovely stuff, Gemma. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, James, you go, and then Paul.
Follow that. Here's another Ewan MacColl song, but in a very different vein. Come all ye gallant fishermen who plough the stormy seas, the whole year round on the fishing grounds, on the northern Minch and the Norway deep, the banks and knolls of the North Sea holes where the herring shoals are found. It's there you'll find the Norfolk boys and lads from Peterhead. There's Bucky Cheels and men from Shields on the northern Minch and the Norway deep, the banks and knolls of the North Sea holes where the herring shoals are found. From Fraserburgh and Aberdeen, from Whitby, Yarmouth town, the fleet's away at the break of day to the northern Minch and the Norway deep, the banks and knolls of the North Sea holes where the herring shoals are found. It's off with a boiler full of steam and your engine spick and span, to fish the grounds the North Sea round, fish the knolls of the North Sea holes, try your luck at the North Shield Cut with a catch of 100 cran. No need to wait for the wind and tide, you're the master of the sea. Come calm or squall, just shoot and haul and fill the hold with the fish to be sold. Steam ahead to the curing shed and the buyers on the Yarmouth quay. Come all you gallant fishermen who plough the stormy deep, the whole year round, on the fishing grounds, on the northern Minch and the Norway Deep, the banks and knolls of the North Sea holes, where the herring shoals are found. There you go.
Always good to have a bit of Ewan MacColl. Okay. Okay, I'm confusing myself. It's Pal Carter next, and then one from Alice Dillon, please.
Right, this is a song I've never done before. I did try to play it on the guitar, but I'm rubbish at the guitar. So if we ever get back into sharps, I'll persuade somebody who can play to play it for me. When the calendar brings in the cuckoo and the summer comes following on, in mists of day, see him running away, and they know him as far away Tom. The earth is his bed and his pillow, and his sheets are the clothes he has on. He sleeps all afternoon, then he's hunting the moon, till it rises for far away Tom. I think I'm going to raise it a bit. He sees the fox leaving his hollow, and he knows where the badger has gone. He watches the fall in the sheltering thorn, but they don't see old far away Tom. He knows nothing of letters or learning, and of manners and such he has none. But he numbers the seasons on fingers and toes as they pass over far away Tom. But what of the winters that follow? Will the cold and old age bring him down? Or where can he lie when the snow fills the sky and the years tell on far away Tom? When the calendar brings in the cuckoo and the summer comes following on, the thin mists of day see him running away, and they know him as far away Tom, and they know him as far away Tom.
Thanks, pal. Far away Tom. Like it. Okay, so now welcome a newcomer to, I think not just to Sharps in isolation, but to Sharps altogether, I think, in the form of Alice Dillon. So a big hand for Alice. And then after Alice, for absolutely maximum contrast, Martin Neal.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, delighted to be here for the first time. I met a few of you at the Getaway in October, the Folklore Society of Greater Washington. I've been meaning to come along since then, so really glad to have finally made it. Yeah, I'm just going to do a traditional song, Death of Queen Jane. Queen Jane lay in labour for 9 days or more, till her women grew so had quite given her all. They had quite given her all. Good women, good women, good women as you be. Will you open my right side and find my baby, and find my baby? Oh no, cried the midwives, that's a thing that can never be. We will call on King Henry and hear what he may say, and hear what he may say. King Henry was sent for, King Henry he did come, saying, what does ail you, my sweet love? Your eyes, they look so dim, your eyes, they look so dim. King Henry, will you do one thing for me? Will you open my right side and find my baby, and find my baby? Oh no, cried King Henry, that's a thing that I can never do. If I lose the flower of England, I shall lose the branch too. I shall lose the branch too. The surgeon was sent for, he came with all speed, in a gown of black velvet, from the heel to the head, from the heel to the head. He gave her each caudle, but the death sleep slept she. Then her right side was opened, and the babe was set free, and the babe was set free. There was fiddling and dancing on the day the babe was born, but the flower of fair England lay cold as a stone, lay cold as a stone. They mourned in the kitchen, they mourned in the hall, but royal King Henry mourned longest of all, mourned longest of all.
Fantastic. Lovely. It's lovely.
Oh my God.
Lovely, Alice. You can definitely come back. In fact, I think we'll have to come and kidnap you if you don't come of your own accord. Thank you. Okay, now I did say for maximum contrast, and I think you'll now agree, Martin Neil in a good way though. And after Martin, one from Kathy Dent, please. Are you there, Martin? You were a second ago. I can't hear a thing. Have you disappeared? Oh, I think we might have lost Martin at just the moment when he was going to sing. No?
There. He is there.
Yes, you did lose me, but
Yeah, you're back.
I think I'm back.
You are back, if a bit twangy, but persevere.
My connection.
Oh. Okay. Your connection's really bad, Martin. It's not going to work like that. I'm going to try to your camera. Oh no. No, it's not going to work just now, Martin. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Definitely not working. So in that case, I hope you can hear me, Martin, saying that it's not going to work for you. And in that case, it is time for Kathy Dent, and after Kathy, it will be Deirdre and Chris.
Oh, sorry about that, Martin. Hope you join us later. I've got a New Year's song written by a friend of mine who won a competition with it. Can you hear me okay? Good. It's got a chorus and there's a little bit that comes out of the verse that goes into the chorus. I was going to do something really clever and have a slideshow of a well-known local artist illustrating the song, but I couldn't get it to work. But I will hold up the sheet of the final the final picture. When all around is cold and chill, take good heart, fear no ill, for through the frost of winter comes a bright new year. A bright new year, a bright new year. Through the frost of winter comes a bright new year. Food and drink to make us grow, swell the seed that we would sow. So comes the rain in springtime and a bright new year. A bright new year, a bright new year. So comes the rain in springtime and a bright new year. Warmth and light do make us strong, bring the ripest fruit along. So comes the sun in summer and a bright new year. A bright new year, a bright new year. So comes the sun in summer and a bright new year. When harvest time has gone around, blow off the chaff, clear the ground. So comes the wind in autumn and a bright new year. A bright new year, a bright new year. So comes the wind in autumn and a bright new year. When all around is cold and chill, take good heart, fear no ill, for through the frosts of winter comes a bright new year. A bright new year, a bright new year. Through the frosts of winter comes a bright new year. Bright new year.
Not upholding.
Very good rocking out in the whole market.
And a bright new year to you, Kathy. Thank you. Okay, so it is now time for Deirdre and Chris, and after them, one from David Jones.
Hi, everybody. Earlier this afternoon, I looked up and it was sunny and snowing at the same time, so it put me in mind of this song. Oh, when the blues chase up a rabbit, oh, rabbit, he run a mile. Poor little rabbit cries like a newborn child. I wish I were on the banks of the Mogadavik in the spring when the water's running high, so I can see my baby as he glides swiftly by. Now if I wish I were a sailboat, rigged out all night and tight, I'd sail under his window nearly every night. Now if I were in cool Colorado, sitting on some mountain high, it's there I'd find my baby, riding slowly high. I have to take a sip of water. Oops. Now some like snow in winter, and some like the warm summer sun. Me, I love my baby, he loves another one. I wish I were a headlight on some eastbound train. I'd shine my light on cool Colorado rain. I'll listen to that engine, hear that old freight train roar. I'm leaving this city, ain't coming back no more. Not sure about my voice either. So when the blues chase up a rabbit, oh, rabbit, he run a mile. Poor little rabbit. Hang on. Okay, let me do that last bit. Oh, when the blues chase up a rabbit, oh, rabbit, he run a mile. Poor little rabbit cries like a newborn child.
Buckle on, buckle on.
Sits the whole evening.
Yeah.
Not singing.
Alrighty.
Not happy.
You've got my frog this week, Deirdre. It's moving around. That's bothered me for the last few weeks. Anyway, I interrupted because to say that, but also because Chris will have to unmute himself. Remember to do that. And after Chris, it is David Jones.
Grand. We're in Brooklyn, New York, and tomorrow's inauguration day in the United States. So I thought of this sea shanty. Now's the time to leave her, Johnny, one more day. And did you swear you'd not deceive her, Johnny, one more day? For we're homeward bound tomorrow, Johnny, one more day. And we'll leave her without sorrow, Johnny, one more day. Only one more day, me Johnny, one more day. Come and rock and roll me over, Johnny, one more day. Don't you hear the old man calling, Johnny, one more day? Don't you hear the first mate bawling, Johnny, one more day? Then put on your long-tailed blue, me Johnny, one more day. For your pay is nearly due, me Johnny, one more day. Only one more day, me Johnny, one more day. Come and rock and roll me over, Johnny, one more day. Come and roll me to my lover, Johnny, one more day. And let the starlight be me cover, Johnny, one more day. Only one more day together, Johnny, one more day. No more gales, no more heavy weather, one more day. Only one more day, me Johnny, one more day. Come and rock and roll me over, Johnny, one more day. Don't you hear the old man growling, Johnny, one more day. Don't you hear the striker bawling, Johnny, one more day. Don't you hear the paws falling, Johnny, one more day. Can't you hear the blower bawling, Johnny, one more day. Only one more day, me Johnny, one more day. Come and rock and roll me over, Johnny, one more day. Only one more day rolling, Johnny, one more day. Don't you hear them gals a-calling, Johnny, one more day. Only one more day a-barreling, Johnny, one more day. Only one more day a-cursing, Johnny, one more day. Only one more day, me Johnny, one more day. Come and rock and roll me over, Johnny, one more day. Only one more day for you, me Johnny, one more day. And your pay is overdue, me Johnny, one more day. Put out your long tail blue, me Johnny, one more day. For the trip is nearly through, me Johnny, one more day. Only one more day, me Johnny, one more day. Come and rock and roll me over, Johnny, one more day. Only one more day, me Johnny, one more day. Come and rock and roll me over, Johnny, one more day.
Perfect choice, yeah.
Rock on. Rock and roll them over, Johnny.
Perfectly integrating the main themes of 2021, Donald Trump and Donald Trump's departure and shanty songs. Well done. Okay, it's David Jones next, and then one from Kate Reigate, please.
Mute, there we go. So fabulous singing tonight, unbelievable. Maybe the best Queen Jane I've ever heard, and Chris hit the spot there. And Donald Trump can be thankful that Deirdre has packed up her prosecutorial, can't say the word, prosecutorial, sending bad guys like him down the river anyway. So I'm going to sing a song. This is like a Thanksgiving song because we can't wait until 1 minute past noon tomorrow. It's less than 1 day, thank God. It's a song by Gordon Buck. Hearth and fire be ours tonight, and all the dark outside. Fair the wind and kind on you, wherever you may bide. And I'll be the sun upon your head, the wind about your face. My love upon the path you tread, and upon your wanderings peace. Wine and song be ours tonight, and all the cold outside. Peace and warmth be yours tonight, wherever you may bide. For I'll be the sun upon your head, the wind about your face. My love upon the path you tread, and upon your wanderings peace. Hearth and fire be ours tonight, and the wind in the birches bear. Oh, that the wind we hear tonight will find you well and fair. And I'll be the sun upon your head, the wind about your face. My love upon the path you tread, and upon your wanderings peace.
This is funny. Lovely blessing, David. Not extended to Donald Trump, however, obviously. So yeah, but that was lovely for the rest of us. Okay, Kate Reigate is next, and then one from Neil Turner Nash. I am really going to struggle to get, well, I'm not going to get everyone on. I'm really sorry. I'll get on as many as possible, but please don't be disappointed if I don't put you on. It's something of a, if you turned up earlier in the evening, and it's something of a tombola. Anyway, over to you, Kate, for now.
The song from the singing of Jeanne Robertson. When I was small, a sweet 16, and beauty just unblooming, oh, little did I think at 19 I'd be greeting, oh, if I had a kind, what I do ken, and in my mother's bidding, I would be sitting at your fireside, crying, is she by my Bernie, oh, is she by, oh, Amelia, but for goodness was your daddy, but I'll take good care and be aware, oh, the young When I was new, but sweet 16, and beauty just and blooming oh, little did I think at 19 I'd be greeting old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Kate.
Yay. Oh, okay.
It's that one.
Lovely tune.
That's it from
Thanks, Kate. I think you've frozen, so I'm not sure if you can you could hear the applause. I think we might have just lost you, but thank you for that. And now over to Neil. Did I say Neil after? Yes, I did say Neil. Neil, and then Tom Reed.
Last week, my shanty suggested that a little more liquor would do us no harm and provoked quite a bit of reaction on the chat of different points of view. So I couldn't resist this week singing Dave Dodd's song, Crawling into Work, which explores the pros and cons and benefits and otherwise of going for a drink after work. Well, boys, here's what I think. We better knock off and go for a drink. A pint of beer will make you feel all right. Let's go and have ourselves a few tonight. On a Monday morning you crawl into work with a thick head and 2 odd socks. Then it's down to the pub for a hair of the dog, just to set you up right for your next week's work. Well, boys, here's what I think. We better knock off and go for a drink. A pint of beer will make you feel all right. Let's go and have ourselves a few tonight. Well, a pint of beer, it cures all ills. It beats the doctor's prescription pills. You can work it off in the daylight hours, then anaesthetise yourself with a tipple at the bar. Well, boys, here's what I think. We better knock off and go for a drink. A pint of beer will make you feel all right. Let's go and have ourselves a few tonight. Well, it's only the beer that keeps me calm, and none of it will ever do me any harm, 'cause I only like one now and again, and again and again and again and again. Well, boys, here's what I think. We better knock off and go for a drink. A pint of beer will make you feel all right. Let's go and have ourselves a few tonight.
That sounds up really, doesn't it?
Be nice to be able to go to a pub someday. Thanks, Neil. Okay, over to Tom Reed and then one from Riggy.
Thank you, Amanda. Before I do, I'd just like to say farewell to Donald. I'll sing you a song about Donald Trump and all the good work that he's done. Thank you. Okay, the real thing. I woke up yesterday morning with the chorus of this song in my head and I have no idea where it came from. So I decided I better get up and scribble it quickly. So this is brand new. And it's the story of Mary Canavan, who was born in County Mayo in the west of Ireland, one of 9 children. And at 22, she decided to emigrate to America to seek her fortune. And she boarded a ship in Cork. Sadly, the year was 1912. My name is Mary Canavan. I was born and brought up in Ireland. At 22, I paid my way on board a ship bound for America. From Queenstown, Cork, my friends and I sailed out beneath a blue Atlantic sky. We bid farewell to Erin's shore. How could we know the fate that lay in store? We're going down. We're going down to the bottom of the ocean. We're all bound. We're going down. We're going down, far away from home and loved ones. We will drown. Out on the waves we sang and danced and talked of futures filled with sweet romance. Just 4 days out at dead of night, the great ship shuddered as it struck the ice. We climbed the stairs through sleepy eyes, as round our feet the icy waters rise. Then came the cry, we're sinking fast. The first to leave would be the ruling class. We're going down. We're going down to the bottom of the ocean. We're all bound. We're going down. We're going down, far away from home and loved ones. We will drown. We watch the lifeboats out of sight as mothers weep and hold their children tight, and all the while in harmony the band played nearer, my God, to thee. Farewell to west of Ireland mist, and all those boys I'll never kiss. I pray to God in heaven above to wrap my soul in his eternal love. We're going down. We're going down to the bottom of the ocean. We're all bound. We're going down. We're going down, far away from home and loved ones. We will drown. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee. Very kind of
Wow, Reggie, sorry you have to follow that.
I'll bear up under it.
Yeah, so it's you, and then after you, it will be Elizabeth Block.
So I thought I'd jump into the pool here with the Burns Night folks and do a Robbie Burns one. There's a second verse to this that was written by a McLean named Jim McLean. I don't know if you know him, Amanda, or if he's related, but here's a Burns song I learned from Dan Milner many years ago. Oh, will you go with me deep Tibby Dunbar? Oh, will you go with me, sweet Tibby Dunbar? Will you ride on a horse or be drawn in a cart or walk by my side, sweet Tibby Dunbar? Will you be, I care not, your daddy, his lands or his money, I care not your kin, so high and so lordly, but say you'll go with me for better or worse, and come in my coatie, sweet Tibby Dunbar. I'm going to move this to F. I offer him, I'm going to go back to where I was. I offer you nothing in silver or land. What man can determine the price for your hand? But give your consent, you'll be richer by far, and say that you'll have me, sweet Tibby Dunbar. Oh, will you be known as a poor beggar's lady, sleep in the heather, wrapped up in my plaidy, the sky for your roof, your candle a star, my love for your fire, sweet Tibby Dunbar. Oh, will you go with me, sweet Tibby Dunbar? Oh, will you go with me, sweet Tibby Dunbar? Will you ride on a horse, or be drawn in the cart, or walk by my side, sweet Tibby Dunbar? Bobby Burns.
Nice one. Lovely.
Thanks, Reggie. Good to have a few Burns song coming in early and plenty more next week, I imagine. although not compulsory. Okay, so Elizabeth Block now, and then Ray McLaughlin.
Last week, somebody sang The January Man. The January woman takes the tree down to the curb, stripped of its tinsel. The February woman shovels snow from off the path to her neighbor's door. The woman of March she sends away for seeds that she will plant someday when winter's finally over. The April woman takes her muddy boots off so she will not stain the carpet. The woman of May looks through binocs, watching birds and listening to their songs. The woman of June, her washing done, hangs it up so wind and sun will leave it dry and fragrant. The woman of July, she swims and paddles her canoe into the evening. The August woman sits outside in sunglasses and hat and reads a book. It's time, September woman knows, to put away her summer clothes, for days are getting shorter. The woman of October walks the woods to see the leaves in autumn colors. The woman of November gets out toque and mittens, down coat, winter boots. December woman checks her list in case there's someone she has missed, then goes out holiday shopping. And the January woman gathers up the wrapping paper for recycling. She stirs upon the stove a pot of hearty soup to chase away the chill. That spring will come again, she knows, and looking through the winter's snows, she sees the buds unfurling.
Oh, yes.
Nice one.
Oh, yes.
Good one. Yeah, I really like that. Cool. Okay, so Ray McLaughlin is next, then one from Dave Harbord.
Okay, I'll sing a shorter one than I was going to. It's Sean O'Casey's adaptation of a George W. Johnson song. People will know it anyway, I think. And hopefully I'll kick it off right anyway. The violets were scenting the woods, Nora displaying their charms to the bee. When I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me. The chestnut blooms gleamed through the glade, Nora. A robin sang loud in the tree. When I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me. The golden-robed daffodils shone, Nora, as they danced in the breeze on the lea. When I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me. The trees, birds, and bees sang a song, Nora, of happier transports to be. When I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me. Our dreams, they have never come true, Nora. Our hopes, they were never to be. Since I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me. Since I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me.
Very nice.
Thanks, Ray. That's a sweet one. Okay, so it's Dave Harbord next, and then one from Kate Portal.
Right, we've had some beautiful songs and beautiful singing tonight, so I'm just about to change all that with my contribution. This is about a woman from the USA called Pinkham. Her name is Lydia Pinkham, and she made a concoction to help women through their menstrual pain and so on. And this was in the 1860s and 70s, and it left her open to a bit of ridicule. Anyway, this is a song from the 60s, from a band in the 60s. It was a hit here in UK. I'll leave out the choruses to shorten it a bit, except for the first one. We'll drink a drink to Lily the Pink, the saviour of the human race. For she invented medicinal compound, most efficacious in every case. And Mr. Freo's a sticky out ears, and it made him awful shy. And so they gave him medicinal compound, and now he's learning how to fly. Our brother Tony was notably bony. He would never eat his meals, and so they gave him medicinal compound, and now they move him round on wheels. Old Ebenezer thought he was Julius Caesar, and so they put him in a home where they gave him medicinal compound. Now he's Emperor of Rome. Oh, Johnny Hammer had a terrible stammer. He could hardly say a word, and so they gave him medicinal compound. Now he's seen, but never heard. Auntie Millie ran willy-nilly when her legs they did recede. So they gave her medicinal compound. Now they call her Millipede. Jennifer Eccles had terrible freckles, and the boys all called her names, but they gave her a medicinal compound. Now she joins in all their games. Lily the Pink, she turned to drink, she filled up with paraffin inside, and despite her medicinal compound, sadly, Pickle Lily died. Up in heaven, a soul ascended, all the church bells they did ring. She took with her medicinal compound, hark the herald angels sing. Oh, we'll drink to Lily the Pink, the saviour of the human race. For she invented medicinal compound, most efficacious in every
I haven't heard that since I was in primary school. Amazing, yeah. Okay, thanks, Dave. So it's Kate Portal and then Stuart Marcus.
Play.
And then I think we will have David Diamond to close the evening. I think that's all we have time for, I'm afraid. So if you have not sung this evening, I hope you will come back and I will get you on next time you're here. Yeah, okay, over to Kate.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, super. I've just been playing along with Dave there because I'm the same as you, Amanda. I haven't heard Lily the Pink for all those years, and we loved it at school. We used to sing along to it. Anyway, this is also about a medicinal compound. It's a reconstruction of the Marrowbones song by Sue Burgess, who taught me this when I was in Sidmouth in 2012, and we got up and sung our songs at a Sandra Kerr women's singing workshop. And so, I've sung it before. It's called Old Wife Blind, and the chorus goes, tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. There was an old man in Yorkshire he did dwell. He loved his wife so dearly, and another one twice as well. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. So he thought himself a cunning plan, that if she couldn't see, he'd visit his charming mistress, and they'd go on a rare old spree. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. He went to the doctor's shop to see if he could find anything he could get to send his old wife blind. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. The doctor gave him marrowbones, saying put them on to boil, and when she sucks the marrow out, she won't see nothing at all. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. Well, the doctor sent for this good wife and told her what was spoke. She said she thanked him dearly, and she said she saw the joke. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. So he got out the marrowbones and put them on to boil, and when she sucked the marrow out, she said she can't see nothing at all. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. Oh, I am blind and comfortless, and here I can't remain. Oh, I would go and drown myself if I could find the stream. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. Oh, me poor old wife, me blind old wife, I well see what you mean. If you really want to drown yourself, I'll help you find the stream. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. She said, I'll stand on the riverbank and you run up the hill. You run down quick and push me in. He said, me love, I will. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. So she stood on the river bank and he ran up the hill. He ran down quick, she stepped aside, and headlong he fell in. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. The old man cried, how loudly he did cry. Have you forgot that I've got blind and I cannot see you today? She said, Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. The old woman being so kind-hearted, she knew he couldn't swim, so she went to fetch a long white cane and pushed him further in. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line. All you men take a warning take from me. Don't go and drown your poor wife, 'cause she's blind and cannot see. Tiddly whack for tore all day, tore a Laura line.
Always good to have a nonsense chorus. Okay, so now we welcome Stuart Marcus, who is a newcomer to Sharps in Isolation, and I think to Sharps altogether. So welcome, big silent round of applause to welcome Stuart. And after Stuart, it will be David Diamond. Don't forget to unmute yourself, Stuart.
So I'm just under the wire here, which is par for the course for me. Although I do know some of the people here, David Jones, of course, and some of the others from some of the other Zooms I've done. So I don't know if you all know, but sea shanties are all the rage on TikTok right now. There have been some articles posted about that, and apparently the whole craze was started by a guy in Scotland who posted a 1-minute version, which is all you're allowed, of this song, which I've been doing for about 17 years, so nice to see I'm ahead of the curve on something. And this one, of course, comes from New Zealand. There was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. The wind blew up her bow, dipped down up low, its bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, I'll take my leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take the whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, I'll take my leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side harpooned and fought her, but she dived down below. Soon may the wellerman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, I'll take my leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not of greed. He belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took the ship in tow. Soon may the wellerman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, I'll take my leave and go. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack, then taut once more. The boats were lost, there were only 4, but still the whale did go. Soon may the wellerman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, I'll take my leave and go. As far as I know, the fight's still on. The line's not cut, the whale's not gone. The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the wellerman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, I'll take my leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, I'll take my leave and go.
Somebody had a great laugh there. Yeah, great. Thank you, Stuart. Hope you'll join us again, and good for us to have us joining the craze. So it is now. Oh, it's actually just after 11. So I have called David Diamond. So I will not disappoint you. And we will have David Diamond now, and that will be the end of the evening. And if you could just put the titles of your songs in the chat now, if you haven't done it already, that would be brilliant. Otherwise, thank you as always to everyone. What a fantastic evening. We've had some just amazing songs. And sorry to everyone who has not got on this evening, but please come next time and you will get on. Over to you, David, to end the evening.
Okay. Since I'll be singing last and I haven't typed the song in, somebody would type in that it's called Leave Us, Donald, Leave Us, by a strange coincidence, and is taking off a sea shanty, a traditional one. And I'll sing it. How's that? Leave us, Donald, leave us. Leave us, Donald, leave us. Zip your fly and say goodbye, and it's time for you to leave us. What you say you'll do, you don't. Leave us, Donald, leave us. And what we ask you to, you don't. And it's time for you to leave us. I'll make us great is what you said. Leave us, Donald, leave us. And then left 400,000 dead. And it's time for you to leave us. Leave us, Donald, leave us. Oh, leave us, Donald, leave us. Zip your fly, say goodbye, and it's time for you to leave us. To Mar-a-Lago off you go. Leave us, Donald, leave us. Do they want you there? I don't think so, and it's time for you to leave us. Leave us, Donald, leave us. Oh, leave us, Donald, leave us. Zip your fly, say goodbye, and it's time for you to leave us. We think that you're no good at all. Leave us, Donald, leave us. You're just as useless as your wall, and it's time for you to leave us. Leave us, Donald, leave us. Oh, leave us, Donald, leave us. Zip your fly and say goodbye. And it's time for you to leave us.
Hey.
National anthem.
Terrific, David. Terrific.
Well, thank you. I finished writing it 2 minutes after this evening began.
On to end, David.
Amazing ending evening, David. Thank you. And actually, I'll now